Hey guys, it's Kip, and it's the last day of 2017. It's only like 4 hours till New Year's Eve. Well, it is New Year's Eve till New Year's. It's 4 hours till New Year's. And I just wanted to take a brief moment to attempt to make a video that I've been saying I will make all year, I think. But I have the house to myself for a few hours, and I don't know, I feel like it was time. So I wanted to talk about being trans and transitioning and feeling desirable and also feeling undesirable. Um, so for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm 29 years old. I've been on testosterone for 3 years and 3.5 months, and I've had top surgery 3 years and 1 month ago or something. And I'm really happy with the changes that I've had, and I'm looking forward to more to come. But overall, in fact, pretty much everything has been the right decision for me, trans-wise. I've never felt connected to my body at all until transitioning, and I feel like the further along I go, even though it's a slow process, I'm feeling more and more in my body along the way. And that's kind of where it's interesting when I talk about desirability, because I feel like the more and more I feel myself and the best I feel about myself, for some reason seems to translate into being undateable due to the rest of the world. And I find it interesting, like Pukiti, I identified as a lesbian for quite a few years before transitioning and working out what was going on. And I never found dating hard. I don't know if that was just good luck. And I was in some long-term relationships, like for quite a few years. So, that took up a lot of years of obviously always feeling loved and desired and all that because I was in a relationship. But bar a few months here and there on T, I've been single pretty much for 3 years. I was dating someone at the start of my transition, very briefly, and I also dated someone very briefly about 2 years ago, but neither were that serious, and were both quite short-lived. So I feel like most of the time I've been on T, I've been pretty single, and I feel also compared to being pre-T, where I felt like there was often crushes and little things here and there where I felt like, people would show interest and ask me out, or I'd ask them out, and even if it wasn't like ever became a thing, there was often desirability between myself and other people, going both ways. And I felt like since I've been on T, that has really dropped, which is interesting because I love my body and the way I look and the way I sound and all of that stuff. Like, I feel the most me I've ever felt. But I don't feel desirable when it comes to other people. I feel like, I now identify as bisexual or pansexual, and I feel like with women, I tend to make friends very easily and get along with women really well, but I've not found any women to be interested in me romantically, which is fine. I have made a lot of friends, but in some ways I'm like, oh, how come I am never seen as a romantic option? And with men, I feel like I am often considered as a sexual option, and I'm often sexualized by men. So my body is desirable, but dating me is not. So men will show interest in sleeping with me, but not getting to know me or having a relationship with me. So I have slept with quite a few like cisgendered men in the last couple of years, but only as like one time, one off, like hookup scenarios, not going on a date or anything like that. Overall, I don't find it to be like the end of the world. I have good friends. I have family that I'm close to. I have the actual love of my life. This one. Um, But there's definitely an element of me that sometimes questions, like, okay, what changed with other people's perception of me when I transitioned? Like, why was I this desirable person before, and why am I undesirable now? And I really worry for a lot of people that they are not interested in me because I'm trans. Because I feel like me pretty and me now, like me now is such an improvement. Like I'm way more in tune with myself. My mental health is so much better. I'm a much better communicator. Where before I was kind of a mess. But before I was like this desirable feminine woman, and now I'm this sort of like undesirable tiny man child or something. Like I'm not saying that's what I am, because like I think I'm pretty great sometimes. I'm working on that, but it can be really hard. I don't really know how to solve this problem or where it even stems from. Like maybe it's just luck. Maybe I'm at a time in my life where I'm meant to be by myself and I'm not meeting people. But the correlation between transitioning and suddenly this undesirability of my body, and my personality and my transness in the world is like kind of disheartening. Um, I'm not sure. Like I don't know if I'm the only person going through this or if a lot of other trans people feel this way. Um, I'm not even saying particularly that I want to jump into a serious relationship. Um, but it would be nice occasionally to have the option of some romance in my life. Um, and I don't really know how to change that. Um, so I guess if anyone feels the same way, it'd be nice to know. It's horrible feeling like you're this lonely, undesirable gremlin. Um, but yeah, this is 7 minutes. I wish this was a more concise video, but I hope this shed some insight into why I'm not dating. Cool. Happy New Year's. I'm going to make a video about New Year's resolutions, but I think I'll do that tomorrow. Peace. Bye.